How's it going, guys? Chris here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to assemble the Mega Scizor Pokéball after you're done printing. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so as with some of the other builds, I already have a couple pieces already assembled and put together over here just to speed some things up, but I'll be going over how to actually put everything together from scratch. So just like all the other Pokeballs, what we're going to do is we're going to take our lock. This time I have arrows on them now, so there's little arrows telling you which direction that you need to point. So pop these in, make sure that the arrow is facing up. This is the bottom piece. We're then going to take the center, make sure to pay attention to the word top on there, push this in so that way the center is lined up with the top facing up, and this is going to be off center. Then we're going to take our top piece now, slide that into position, and twist. Now we have the top half and the bottom half assembled. Alright, so with the top half and the bottom half assembled, what we're going to do now is we're going to take some of these gray pieces that we have over here, and we're going to put these together. So I am going to take the gray piece now that's going to go right in this position here. So you're just going to take that. Let me grab my glue. I am going to take my glue, just put like a little bit right in there. I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to drop that into position. Cool, and that should go right in. I am then going to put some glue in these two spaces right here and grab the corresponding pieces. Let me just push those in. Cool. Oh, my bad. All right, cool. So that's that one, and this is this one. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just wait for these to dry so that way I can move this piece around without them falling out. And we'll be right back. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do, we're going to take our gray center ring. There's a little notch in it. Just line that notch up at the top. It really shouldn't matter, but that should just press right in there. If you want to use some glue, by all means, go ahead. I am going to use some glue for the middle though. So I'm going to drop in a little bit of glue there, and then I'm going to take my white ring. I'm going to push the flat part in. So now we've got the white ring in the middle, and then I'm going to take my blue ring and I'm going to go ahead and push my blue ring in and just let the glue do its work. Alright, so with the center ring in and the glue dried, we're going to take some more glue and just put a little bit right here in this position. And with a little bit of glue on there, we're now going to take that headpiece and push that into place, and that's going to sit over the button. So just get that in nice and tight on there, and just wait for the glue to go ahead and dry, and then we'll move on to the next piece. Alright, so with the glue nice and dry, what we're going to want to do now is start assembling the wings. So I already have one of them assembled here, and then we're going to go ahead and take the next one. So you're going to take your wings, and you are just going to line it up so that way this here is flat. So right there looks like it's nicely in position. So what you're going to do is just take a little bit of glue here and just kind of put a little bit into position there, and then take your wing piece, push it on, and then just hold that nicely in position until it's dry. So you're looking at the back side right now. You see how flat it is and lined up. Just hold that like this until everything's dry, and then we can go ahead and actually put it in the back of the Pokeball. So I'm going to do this and hold this here until it's dry, and we'll come back and put it in. All right, so with our wings assembled, we're going to take them. So I have them over here. We're going to take those wings and we're going to push them into the back. So the piece that has the red more visible, so like I guess the not flat side, that's the outside. So you're going to take this and push that wing into the channel, and that should go in nicely. We're then going to take the opposite wing, push that into the channel, and that should go in nicely as well. Now we have our wings assembled. Now, if you want to, you can take them out of the channel, put a little bit of glue in there, and then push this in, and that's going to make sure that these wings are not going to fall out. Because right now, they just sit in there, but I guess if you were to like drop this, they would come out, so definitely consider using some glue. Alright, so next we're going to assemble the claws. So I already have one of the claws assembled here, so we're going to assemble the other one. Now the key thing with the claws is that the support is going to fill all of the empty space in here. So I use a weeding tool, and this weeding tool allows me to easily get in there and dig it out and pull the support out in one solid piece. if you can get it out in one piece, that's ideal. But if it takes a couple tries to get it out in multiple pieces, no big deal. Just be careful with it. You don't want to crack these sides. So again, just be careful getting those supports out. Now, with these claws, we're going to be using these washer pieces and these rod pieces that go through the washers. So if those rods are too tight and not going through the washers, I have another plate with other washers that you can print that have less tolerance. So they're a little bit, the circle in the middle is a little bit wider to let you fit that rod in. But if it is going in nice and snug, what you're going to do is you're going to pre-assemble one of the washers with the rod going in, so that way it looks like this. So you're going to have it in like that. And you're going to take the red portion of the claw and you're going to feed that tube in from the middle. And now with that in, you're going to hold it like this. So you see how I have the rod here on the outside, looking at it this way, the rod's through the outside and the gray piece is lined up. So I am going to hold it like that. Then what we're going to do, and you have to be patient here, is you're going to take the other gray washer and you're going to drop it into the red piece, so that way it looks like this. Once you have it looking like this, we can then take the white piece and slide it in between. So let's see if I can get this here while doing it on camera. Cool. So I now have the white piece there with the gray piece on either side. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the rod and squeeze it in. So just make sure that it's lined up. So you're going to look on both sides, make sure it's lined up, and push the rod in. So I'm just going to push this in now. I just got to make sure it's lined up. So let me just push it in and we'll continue on. All right, so I just pushed it in. I just didn't want to finick with, lining it up. So it's all good. It's lined up. It's in. I got both my claws done and assembled. What's cool about these claws is that you can move them open and close and they'll stay in the position that you left them. Or if you want to, you can push the white into the red and now you have a nice closed claw. Now, a key here when assembling these, just make sure that the outsides of the claws are nice and smooth and the back sides is going to be the portion that was printed on the plate. So once you have your claws assembled, I just have extra rods here. I'm going to move those to the side. We're now going to take these gray pieces and we're going to glue these into the sides. So these are to go in over here. So let me take some glue and push this on. All right, so now while that's in and I'm holding it, I'm just going to put a little bit more glue in there for the claw. And I'm going to take my claw. Again, make sure we have the claw with the smooth side on the outside, or the smooth side facing forward. And I'm going to push that into the hole. And now when you push it into the hole, you're going to want to hold everything together and let that glue in nicely together. But also you want to make sure that you are lining the claw up in a way where it's angled properly. So I'm just looking at it now and I can see that I have a nice angle here and it's facing the direction that I want. So I'm just going to hold this all into position while it dries and then we'll do the next claw. All right, so with that nice and dry, I am now going to do the other side. So I'm going to put some glue on here, drop my gray piece in, hold that into position. And now I'm doing this all while the glue is wet. I'm dropping a little bit more glue in the hole. And now I'm going to slide my claw in. Now I'm looking at it from the front because I want to make sure that I have both these claws angled the same. I don't want one to be more twisted than the other. And I have these lined up pretty nice. So now I'm just going to go ahead and let that dry. And then when this is done drying, you have fully assembled your Mega Scizor Pokéball. So with that, that's how you assemble it. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below on Patreon or in Discord, and I'll be sure to help you guys out. Thanks for downloading and printing, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.